When the oyster is reached about 10 centimeters, 2 years old, is that ready to be nucleated?
Yeah, that's right. So when the 2 years old reach about at least 10 centimeters, we're gonna take them out from the water, just like what we did earlier. And then we prepared them like this, so that it means they are ready to be nucleated. It means we're going to put a nucleus of the pearl into the oyster. The nucleus is this one right here.
Can I touch one?
Yeah, sure. So we have different size of nucleus. We have the small one also. So that depends on the size of the oyster, because sometimes 2 years old they reach more than 10 centimeters. So it means they have bigger organs also inside. So that's why we can put a bigger nucleus into that oyster.
And this nucleus, correct me if I'm wrong, is made out of the shell of an oyster?
Yeah, that's right, but a different species.
A different species.
So we want the nucleus to be almost the same material with the nacre that the oyster will produce to cover it up later. So when it becomes a pearl, it becomes like one part. And when we drill a pearl, it's not easily break or crack.
So this is an oyster shell,
Yeah.
basically shaved down into a nucleus.
Yeah.
And what species is this?
I'm not really sure, but it's like from Mississippi. We're gonna extracting the tissue here. So this filter, we don't need this one. I'm gonna cut it into smaller pieces because we only need a small piece of the tissue. So from one oyster that we use as a donor, we'll give the mantle tissue for maybe 10 to 15 other oysters.
And is it only one piece of mantle tissue that's needed? You don't need another piece?
No. But we have to get it from the best oyster, actually, because this mantle is the one that determines the color of the pearl, the shine of the pearl. It all comes from this tissue. So if we get it from like this one, for example, it has like a little bit yellow color. So the pearl that we make today will be in yellow. So if we want to make a white pearl, we'll find a donor with the white shell. If we want to make yellow or gold, we'll find the yellow or gold shell oyster. So this is the tissue. Gonna put it here. Alright, so we're gonna cut this into smaller pieces.
So the amount that you cut is the amount of oysters you can use?
Give it to, yes. So one piece of this tissue for one oyster. So we have 2, 4, 6, 9 pieces of the tissue. So from one side of oyster that we sacrifice, we get 9 pieces. So from two sides, we can get about 18 pieces. So now that we have the nucleus and the tissue is ready, we can start the seeding process. So we'll take another oyster. This one is 2 years old also, but we're going to keep this one alive. So we open up just a little bit. We're going to put the nucleus and the tissue into this oyster. Okay, so this is the 2 years old oyster. We're going to open up maybe about 3 centimeters only, like that. And then we're going to... This is the pocket where we're going to put the nucleus later. So the gonad. From this gonad, we can see the male or female. So this one is white. It's a male oyster. But to make the pearl, we don't need to see male or female because both of them work just fine. Okay, so first what we're going to do is we're going to make a cut with this knife or the blade. So that's the way in for the nucleus. Right? Ready? So I'm going to make a cut with this tool in my right hand. This is the blade or the knife. So that's the knife. It's going inside. That. And now the second step is we're going to put the nucleus into the pocket, the cut that we made earlier. Okay. So that's the cut, and we take one nucleus. like this. Like so. And then the next step is to push the nucleus. So the nucleus is right here. Now we're going to take the tissue like this, and then we're going to put it in the same place. Into the nucleus, and then it's done.
Okay, we're gonna film this because Luna, we're gonna get a pearl.
There's a pearl in this one, and we will try to take it out. So every harvest, we don't want to kill the oyster, so that's why we keep this one alive. Just open up a little bit, because if it produces a good pearl, we can use the oyster again to make another pearl. So we're just going to open up the shell like so. Oh, this one is I think slipped very deeply because it's not responding.
I saw in some videos that can I try getting it out, or once it's kind of out, can I try and pull it?
You want? Yes, sure.
Yes, please.
I'm just going to show you where the pearl is. Sure. You can actually see it from the outside.
Do you see the pearl, Luna? Do you see the pearl? Where is it? Where is it? What color is it?
White.
You're right.
That's the pearl.
Yeah, Andy fell. Right?
So you can hold it like you hold a chopstick.
Okay, chopstick.
Yeah, and then you make a cut here in the left side of the pearl.
On the left
So
side.
it will be right here.
Okay, got
So
it.
you're going to puncture it
Puncture
first,
first.
and then drag the knife
Mama,
down.
I wanted
Okay.
it to walk. I wanted it to walk.
Repeating the step that you just gave me, I'm gonna use this knife and hold it like a chopstick. I'm gonna end.
Upside down.
Oh,
sorry.
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
Hold it like a chopstick. I'm gonna go inside, puncture here, and then cut a slice here. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Just close to the pearl.
So here's okay.
Very close. Yeah, that's it. You can feel it. Yeah, and then down.
Is that long enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can put the tool down.
Put it the right side. Okay. You getting this? Thank you. Her name is Perla, which means pearl in the Philippines. Yeah. You don't have to put it back in. Okay. Okay.